everybody, and welcome back to This Week in Motorsports Episode 2. I am Anthony. I do have an exam again this week. It seems like I always have an exam, so it's going to be pretty quick again. But moving right into it, F1 news. There are people concerned about the new regs and the engine in particular. So there's two main issues. One is the turbo. It takes too long to get ready. The people were saying there's going to be like it takes 10 seconds to fully get up to pressure, which is insane. And also the battery is too small. So that's the MGUH and MGUK. Um, they say it's going to not be able to deploy fully, which is a problem for racecraft, but also for starts as well. So starts may look pretty different this year. Um, More engine drama is that Mercedes was found to have a like gray area kind of engine where there is a rule about the cylinder radius that it can be, I forgot what the number was, but it's measured at ambient temperature, not when the car is running. So Mercedes found a way to make theirs bigger, i.e. making their compression ratio better, which gives more power. So they have a suspect engine. I think I heard Red Bull does too, but I'm not too sure about that. Um, More about this car. Verstappen doesn't like it. He says that it's not going to help him stay in F1. Lando doesn't like Verstappen and says that if he wants to retire, he should. I don't like Lando. Moving on to NASCAR. Um, I went to the 500. It was a great time. I've been to a couple NASCAR races, or all of them at Homestead, but this was definitely a different experience. It was really cool. I'm showing some pictures of it right now. But great energy, really awesome event. I had a great time. I went to the Rolex as well in early January. Excuse me. But no, this was a really cool event, and I did have a couple issues. I mean, not with the event itself, but with the race. Was that I've always been a big proponent of I don't like stage racing. I think it's bad. I think it adds unnecessary wrinkles. And you could really tell sitting there when they were three wide for probably like 20% of the race that they were not full throttle. And it just is not a great viewing experience in the stands or on TV. But that being said, the ending was amazing. Um, you all saw it, I'm sure. Last four laps, it was a shootout, and Reddick somehow ended up winning. But yeah, so that was my experience there, but I'm very excited for the rest of the year with the new or not new, the revamped chase system to see how that impacts people's strategy going forward because there was I think it was Austin Dillon car here um didn't have a front end at the end of the race and that was not something you would have seen last year, and he needs to get all the points he can because it might not be a win, but you got to get some points at the end of the day. So last item on the agenda, these scripts over here again, if you can't tell, is IndyCar. They are having a Phoenix test right now. Malukas led the test, and that was good because, as I said in my last video, he was not the fastest at Sebring. So I think that does go to show that it was just different programs, whatever they were running there. Malukas just had a high fuel run or whatever was going on. What's not different than last week is Mick was last again, and I don't know if concerns should start to be building here. I mean, he's fine. He's going to have a ride just because of the name, but that's definitely something to look out for in the coming weeks. Um, Also in IndyCar news, there were new commercials. There was a commercial for Pillow, which I liked. It was okay. I liked last year's a little more. And then there was Powers, and Powers has been my favorite this year, and maybe of all of them. Just great, really funny, really up tempo, upbeat. It was big fan of that. Hopefully, it brings a lot of new fans to the sport. My last item on IndyCar news, which kind of goes back to NASCAR, is at the St. Pete or for St. Pete, they're going to do the doubleheader with the trucks, and both James Hinchcliffe and Dario Franchitti are going to be in that race, and that's really cool to me to see some ex IndyCar guys, former IndyCar guys, however you want to say it, um, being back behind the wheel at St. Pete. I mean, I'm gonna be at that race, so I can't wait to see it in person. But yeah, that's gonna just about do it for me. this was hopefully a little bit better. I tried to look at the camera a little more. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys next week.